It's time for your October Fort Report. I'm David Poe from the Fort Bliss PAO. We're back with 3 videos this month. One from the 1st Armored Division as the 1st AD and Team Bliss teamed up for our first ever Meet Your Army Expo. Following that, the 5th Armored Brigade marked August 26th, Women's Equality Day, with video profiles of service. We'll follow with upcoming dates you should know for the rest of October, including on-base trick-or-treating times, and last, Pentagon Police Officer Anthony Grex sings the national anthem during their Sunrise Colors ceremony in Washington, D.C. September 11th. 184 people were killed at the Pentagon on 9/11/2001.
Well, I was introduced to the Army because I was born into the Army. My father served as an Army officer, but I didn't really make the decision to join the Army until later. After, in my teenage years, I found inspiration in many of the men and women who were serving with my father.
There's a lot of things you can come out here and see and do and touch. We've got vehicles that you can climb on, climb into, see what the interior is, and talk to soldiers who work and use those vehicles on a daily basis that are experts on that platform. We've also got a lot of great simulators out here where they can test fire weapons, they can drive vehicles, they can do all sorts of things in a simulated environment that they would never ever get the opportunity to do anywhere else.
It helps us really get a feel and a grasp to the jobs and opportunities we'll get in the future, get to meet new people, see how other people have had experiences. They're doing the dog training over there, and that's really cool to see up and personal instead of like someone just telling you in like a classroom.
We want the local community to understand what an incredible opportunity service to our nation in the United States Army is about and what opportunities that provides them.
Got to talk to a few people here, and they told us their experience in the Army, and we also asked our own personal questions we had about the Army itself. We also got to do like templates with them.
Thank y'all, Fort Bliss, for putting this on for us today. The kids are definitely having fun. As you can see, they're climbing all on everything, so definitely appreciate it.
I've always been very loyal and always wanted to serve something that was bigger than myself. And when this opportunity came, initially it was just to help pay for college, and then after the initial commitment I was just going to transition out. Hence, that was almost 20 years ago, and here I am still serving. My father is 20 years retired from the Army, Corps of Engineers, just like myself. My mother, she wanted to join. At that time, you had to be 21 years old to actually enter into the military. However, her uncle was a POW in the Vietnam War, and her guardian refused to sign her waiver to join the military, but she's always been a loyal supporter. Everyone in my family has always served or supported those that have served. Always had female leaders in my military career that I've sort of watched from behind the scenes. A majority of the ladies have retired now, but just watching them, strong women who are showing that you can in fact lead many different troops, many different soldiers, and make a difference, so that now here I am as a battalion commander in that seated position that I can influence and help shape the nation's military is amazing. I think it's very important that people can see a wide variety, not just one type of person in the military, and that everybody, no matter what rank, has an influence, and you can see yourself in that military service. So I think women and equality in the military is going to play a huge and continue to play a huge part in the service.
My family is from Mexico, so my mom and my dad. So I am a first-generation American, born in the United States, I'm from California, and I feel like the United States has given us a lot of opportunities to progress in life, and I feel like I have to kind of pay it forward by serving the country in a sense. We've been working towards, as females, bigger roles. When I first joined, I had very little female leadership, NCOs, lieutenant colonels, all that, but I feel like there's been more females moving up in the ranks. Right now, I think I have female leadership. I think our sergeant major is female, and then our lieutenant colonel is a female. That's really cool to see. When I was a line medic, I felt like I had to prove that I was just as strong as the men at times, so I did work out a lot more. I worked a lot on my strengthening. I worked a lot on my cardio to keep up with them. I would ruck on my own. I'm shorter, so I had to stride longer to keep up with them. So as a line medic, when we would do rucks, I would have to have my ruck and then my aid bag, so it was just more weight on top of the regular stuff. So I had to step into it a lot more. So yeah, I felt like maybe sometimes I had to work more. No one really forced me to, but it was definitely something I felt like I had to do for myself. You build different bonds. You meet so many people. It opens the world up to you. Like, I've been stationed in Germany. I didn't think that was going to happen, you know? So it gives you a lot of opportunity despite the negative, and it builds a lot of camaraderie, I feel like. I have friends now that I never thought I would have from all over the world. So I always tell them it builds a lot, like a big family, really.
It's very, very important for women. Women from the past, who they broke those barriers all the way to the present day. It is so important for them to stand back and look at us as women coming through the door and going up the ranks through our training, our knowledge, our education, and having good mentors in the military is what will keep those doors open. Women who I knew were struggling, and when I seen them make it up the ranks, they reached back and pulled me right along with them. They reached back and mentored me, guided me, told me what I can, what I can't do, and they disciplined me to make sure that I never forgot the correct way. It inspired me so much that I was determined I got to go up the ranks. So it's just been women in the past, women who have retired. Those women pulled me up by my bootstraps and said, you can do this. I pay it forward by teaching the younger soldiers and mentoring the younger soldiers, encouraging them as women, you can do this. There is no such thing as I can't do it in my book. I will never forget one of the commanding commanders joined my last lap on my ACFT when I was young, coming in and going up the ranks, and BCT, he got right into the race, and I love that. And that proved to me you can do it. Beat the challenge. Challenge yourself to make the challenge worth it. And it was well worth it in my eyes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the